You're starting.
Call the meeting of the Salina Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Approval of the summary minutes of the regular meeting of December 18th, 2014.
I'd move that the minutes be approved as published.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, is there any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Presentation of the annual report. Staff?
The Salina City Commission has requested for probably on 25 years or so now, have requested that the volunteer boards and advisory bodies that it appoints, that in order to help them keep track of your activities and your needs, that annually you submit a report to the mayor and city commissioners that summarize what you were up to the past year and what your membership is and how your attendance is, participation is doing. And so this is a combination of those things. It's to help you. It's also to see if this reflects how you recall last year going, and if you agree with our tabulation of board meetings and attendance. But obviously there's 12 months and there's a meeting every month, except when there are no meetings. We don't count that as having met. So last year there were 8 called meetings and 4 canceled meetings. And Exhibit A there has a summary of the attendance as we recorded it at each of those meetings for the benefit of the City Commission and also for your benefit, just so you know who your peers are. There's a membership roster there that has your names, your terms, your address. So if there's anything there we don't have correct, or you think your term expires tomorrow, then you let us know if you see anything in error there. Also attached is the published schedule for 2015, which summarizes the third Thursday of each month, which is your scheduled meeting time. And so if you want, you can make note of those dates if you want to put them on a calendar or something. And then for your benefit as well as the City Commission's benefit, we provide a summary of the cases that you dealt with during the course of the year. And there's a lot of meetings and a lot of different activities, so it's always good for the board to go back and say, I wonder what happened with that, or I remembered us doing something with that, but I've driven by and nothing's happening. But that is a summary of the cases that came before you and what the outcome was. And then we've just provided the report there on the front. They would get that report and then all the attachments that go with it. And so we try to remind them that the board is currently functioning with 6 members, and so there is full membership is 7, so there's still the possibility of an appointment of another board member to bring us to full membership. And we're informing them that Ms. Morgan is chairman and Mr. West is vice chairman of the board. So this was sent out for your review and just to see if you feel comfortable passing this on to the City Commission as a report of your activities last year, and if there's anything you want to add or correct, this would be your opportunity to do that.
Are there additions or corrections or comments? A motion for, is that what we need? Is a
Yeah, if you just want to make a motion to submit this report on your behalf to the city commission, and that's what we'll do.
Madam Chairman, I'll make the motion to present the city commission with the staff's report on our activities as presented.
Second that motion.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Other matters before the board, there is a meeting next month.
The scheduled meeting in February is the 19th. We don't, the filing deadline for that is tomorrow. I don't think we've been discussing different projects with individuals at which some form or another of a parking variance request is an option, but none of those have actually been filed. The one case that has been filed is a reconsideration or of your December 16th decision as it relates to the garage on Page. The applicant, upon receipt of his letter from city staff outlining the limitations on the garage he could build and what it would have to entail, didn't think that either we didn't correctly translate that or that your conditions that you imposed were too burdensome on him, so he would like to come back before you in February and see if you would be willing to consider amendments to the conditions of approval. For some reason, he is not believing that he's limited to a 24 by 32 garage, even though that is the uniform limitation throughout the city. So that will be an opportunity, but he does have the right, if he thinks that a condition that you've imposed that he didn't seem to understand is too burdensome, then he has the right to come back before you and try to get that modified. What he can't do is retry his case. So it will be limited just to the conditions that you placed on there as relates to downspout and gutter, eaves, things of that nature. So that has been set for the February 19th meeting, and then we will inform the neighbors that he wishes to modify the conditions that were imposed, and so that they're aware that it's going to be heard again. But that's all we have for now. I can't imagine that it's possible that a case could get filed tomorrow, but we're not actively working with anybody at this time. And we'll continue to try to let you know. If you look at the left-hand column on this sheet that you have here, it's got filing deadlines. And so February 13th is the filing deadline for the March 19th meeting. So if we were to find that as of February 13th we had no cases filed, we'll try to do our best to kind of get the word out that no cases were filed, so we won't be meeting the 19th. We will still send out the agenda showing no meeting on the 13th of March, but what we'll try to do is give you more advance notice so you'll know that there's no meeting scheduled. That works.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Are there more items?
We don't have anything else to bring before you.
Madam Chairman, I would note for you and for the secretary, I'll be absent from the February meeting.
I think it's very likely I will be absent from this February meeting.
Okay.
I'll be in town. I might be able to make arrangements.
We have 6 members now, and we need 4 to operate as a quorum. So we'll do our best. I don't know what Mr. or the gentleman is doing with his trusses in his backyard, but hopefully they're weather protected.
Thank you.
We're doing our best to move his case forward, but there's no way that we can change what your action was that was taken at a public hearing, and so we can't change the rules outside a public hearing. The only place they can be changed is at a public hearing where the neighbors have an opportunity to know.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the board? Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Look for sunny skies to be clear skies overnight and light westerly breezes tonight. Our lows near 25 degrees. Highs tomorrow between 55 and 60 degrees. We'll have sunny skies throughout our listing area. In Wichita, Salina, and Manhattan, 53 degrees. Hutchinson, Great Bend, and Hayes at 54. The Roman Carnival Overture by Hector Berlioz next. Enrique Bautista directs the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.